Now, in this video, we will take up one more problem on projections of points. A point is 20 mm below HP, lying on VP, and 30 mm in front or behind or from LPP. Draw its projections and name the side view. So here, he talks about below HP lying on VP. So since it is lying on VP, so either it can be in front of VP or behind VP. So the condition is little bit ambiguous because he says lying on VP. So we cannot take this VP condition as the requirement. Now we'll come back to the other condition. What is the distance with respect to HP? So with respect to HP, it is below HP. So since it is below HP, so what happens? It may be, so lying on VP means it is in front or behind. So that means it will gives in all four quadrants. But when you say below HP, what happens? It will be below HP will come in third and fourth quadrant. So naturally, so either this problem can be solved in third or the fourth quadrant. But the first and second is ruled out. That is because it is below HP. So this is how we can eliminate the process or elimination, what we can do. So first we are going to take up the condition is below HP and lying on VP. That means in the third quadrant we are going to try to solve the problem. So now we are going to take the third quadrant problem. So once we have written the third quadrant, though here he says LPP, so LPP is here, VP and HP. That VP is here, HP is here. So once it comes with the third quadrant, see what happens. So since it is behind VP, so obviously it should be behind LPP. So obviously the view should be left side view. So when you look from the front view, I can see the distance below HP. And also I can see behind VP, behind LPP. We can see both. So when you look from the front view, we can see the distance below HP. So that distance is 20 mm. You can see here. And also 30 mm behind LPP, we can see here. And when you look from the top view, since it is lying on VP, obviously it will be on XY line. So the image will going to be on HP. So the point small p is on HP. And the distance behind LPP is seen in HP also. You can see this distance. And when you look from the side view, where you have the front view, on that line you will going to get this side view. And also we can see on VP, so it is here, and below HP, below HP, so you are going to get it on VP, that is P dash, and it is on VP, so obviously this should be on the XY line or X1Y1 line. So when you cut it and open it, so HP will be rotated to the top and LPP will be rotated to the side, so you will going to get this like this. So here behind LPP is 30 mm, which is seen in VP. When you look from the front view, below HP is seen in VP, so you have got P dash, and lying on VP, so obviously it should be on XY line, and behind LPP, which is that distance, which is 30, so you're going to get this. So how you will be able to get this now? So when you look from the side view, I can see the distances of both front view and also the top view. So lying on VP, so it will be on LPP, and also below HP, so it will be this distance. So when you project this, P, it will be projected till to the origin, then it will comes down, and since P dash is here, so P double dash will come here. So the left side view, because it is behind LPP. Now how to write it in the orthographic view? First we are going to draw the XY line and X1Y1 line. Then identify the planes HP above XY, VP and LPP always adjacent to LVP. Then the distance with respect to the profile plane, that is from X1Y1 line, you measure 30 mm and draw a vertical projector. Then from XY line you measure 20 mm and you mark this point as P dash, because 20 mm below HP. Since it's on VP, it will be on HP, so obviously it will be the top view, it will be on XY line. And then draw a horizontal projector from P dash to the x1, y1 line, and draw a 45-degree line adjacent to HP. Project the top view point onto the 45-degree line, so it comes to the origin, and then you project down where you have P dash. On that line you will going to get P double dash. Since it is the behind LPP, so we are going to get the left side view. Now we are going to try to solve the problem in the fourth quadrant. See how it will go to change. So when you look from the front fourth quadrant, so when you look from the front view, since in the fourth quadrant what is he says, it is below HP, in front of VP. Since it is in front of VP, so it should be obviously in front of LPP. So when you look from the front view, I can see the distance in front of LPP by 30 mm, and also below HP is seen in VP. So both these points will going to intersect at this point, so we're going to get this as P dash. Then when you look from the top view, I can see the distance in front of LPP is this distance, which is 30 mm, lying on VP. So obviously the point has to fall on HP. And when it is projected, so in the profile view, that is when you look from the right side view, the point will be on LPP. So this point where you have the front view, on that line you will going to get the side view. Now when you cut it here and unfold this LPP to the left side and HP to the down, so you will going to get it like this. Then again, distance with respect to the profile plane, that is 30 mm, is seen in both VP and HP. So both VP and HP is below XY line. So from here you measure the distance of 30, and then image is, you are going to get the vertical projector. So below HP is seen in VP, so you are going to get this point here. So that point is P dash. Since it is lying on VP, obviously that should be on HP. HP is also below XY line, so you are going to get it on this. Then when you project the top view point onto this origin, so then from here you draw a vertical projector, and where you have P dash, on that line you will going to get this P double dash. Since it is in front of LPP, obviously you are going to get the right side view. So how to write this as been explained in the third quadrant, the same way we need to do. First we have to do draw the XY line and X1 by 1 line. Then identify the planes VP and HP, both are below XY line because it is in the fourth quadrant. And since VP and HP is overlapping, so HP is the one which has been rotated, so it will going to be in bracket. Since VP is below XY line, so LPP is also below XY line, and it is adjacent to VP always, irrespective of the quadrant. Then the distance with respect to the profile plane, which is 30 mm, is seen in both VP and HP. So from XY line, X1, Y1 line, you measure 30 mm and draw a vertical projector. And from XY line, you measure 20 mm and draw below the XY line, you draw a horizontal line, and so that both will going to intersect at this point. So you mark this point as P dash. Since it is lying on VP, so obviously it will be on HP. So it will be on the XY line, and mark the point as P. Then draw a 45-degree line adjacent to HP. In here, we drew this 45-degree line here because HP is above XY line. But in this case, HP is below XY line, so you have to draw 45-degree adjacent to HP always. So then draw a horizontal projector from P, so it will come here, and then draw a vertical projector from the origin, and draw a horizontal projector from P dash, where you have the front view. On that line you will going to get the side view, so you are going to get this P double dash. The view what you are going to get is right side view. So if you observe both the sketches here, P is also an XY line, here also P is on XY line, here also P dash is below 20 mm below XY line, here also P dash is 20 mm below XY line, and also 30 mm here. So here also 30 mm, and P double dash is on X1 Y1 line. So both the sketches are same, but only thing is the views will going to change. In this case it is right side view in the fourth quadrant, because it is in the fourth quadrant, it is in front of VP, therefore it will be in front of LPP. In front of LPP will come only when you look from the right side view, and in this case it is the left side view. So because it is behind VP, so behind LPP, behind LPP condition will satisfy only when you look from the left side view. In such a case, so what we need to do is we have to write one and say the point P lies in third as well as the fourth quadrant, but in third quadrant the image will be left side view, but in the fourth quadrant, the image will be right side view. So that is how we will be able to solve this problem. Now we are going to try to solve this problem using AutoCAD software. So first I will go for the AutoCAD screen, switch off the grid mode and switch on the ortho mode. So first we are going to type the command limits and specify lower left corner 0, 0, upper right corner is 297, 210. Then zoom all. Then takes the line command, take some arbitrary point. Since the ortho mode is on, you take some distance and click on the first button of the mouse, and then you take the cursor to the top side, take some distance and click on the first button of the mouse, and then you press enter key. Then go to offset, take the distance as 297. So what I'm doing is I'm writing the A4 size sheet. So I'll just click this and take the cursor to the left side and click on first button of the mouse, and since by default it is exit, you come out. Again go to previous command is offset, you just press enter key and type 210, and then you just take the horizontal line and offset to the top side. Then go to zoom extends and zoom 0.6x. Then go to fillet between this line and this line. Similarly fillet between this and this, both will going to have a sharp corner because the radius is equal to 0. So from here you take between these two, then go to zoom window, bring this near to the screen, and then you try to type the problem here. So what is the problem? So a point is 20 mm below HP, lying on VP, and 30 mm in front or behind or from LPP. So to do that, so first we'll go for the dtext command. Specify start point, select some arbitrary point, specify height, I have to take it as 4 and rotation angle as 0, and then type the problem number 13. A point is 20 mm below HP on VP and 30 mm in front slash behind slash from LPP. So draw its projections and name the side view. So this is the problem which we have to solve by using AutoCAD. So we will try to solve the problem in whichever quadrant we want. So normally we will going to do it in one quadrant. I will going to do, say for example, I will going to do it in third quadrant itself. Okay. Now we will go to come out of this zoom previous. Then I will just again I will take it near to the screen. So then first we will going to create the layers now. First we will go to the layer, then click on new, type the layer by name XY, click on new, type the layer by name front view, click on new, type the layer by name top view, click on new, type the layer by name side view. So why I am doing for each problem we are going to solve, because whenever if you want to take any example in this whatever we have been uploaded, so you should be able to do the drawing fully only from only looking from that particular video. Otherwise all these things are repetitive. In all the videos we are going to have the same thing which I am following, but it is for the usefulness for the user, so that the user can access any video and start working on directly without any hindrance. So he need not have to refer any other videos. That is the reason why I'm doing right from the beginning. So that is the reason why I'm not showing anything to be saved. The data saving can also be done here directly, but I will going to show this in some other videos. Now first we will go for the adjustment or the line width adjustment. First layer 0, line line width is to be 0.05 because all the projector lines has to be of 0.05 and we are working in the current layer as 0. The current layer 0 will have 0.05. Then XY line will have 0.13. Then front view will going to have the color which is magenta. Then the top view, the color will going to be red. Then side view, the color will going to have blue. Okay, then close it. Now this is over. Now we are going to try to solve the problem in third quadrant. So to do that, so first I will go for a line command. I will draw the XY line of some distance. Again, I will take one more line, specify first point, take some position and click on the first button of the mouse and drag this. Then identify the planes. So first we will go for the D text. I will mark this point. I will take the height as 3. So I am going to take HP here, then VP here, then LPP here. Always LPP is adjacent to VP. Then I need to take the distance with respect to the profile plane, 30 mm. So I will go for offset. Distance is 30. So select this line and offset to the left right side because VP is on the right side. Then 20 mm below HP. So offset, take distance 20 below HP, distance is seen in VP. So from XY line you measure the distance and take it to the bottom. Then go to fillet between this line and this line. Then trim. So select cutting edges. You select this as the cutting edge. Then object to trim as this. Then go to line. I want to draw a line from intersection point of this at the rate 100 less than 135 because always counterclockwise direction measurement. Then go to trim here. Select this. So this is the problem. So I'll go to break this. Take some distance and erase it. So now we go for donut 0. So I'm going to take it as 3. Outside diameter. Specify center of donut. I will take intersection point of this. And I will going to take this intersection point of this. And I will take intersection point of this. So now we have completed the problem. But now we need to break all these extra lines. Break this. So from here you break this. And from here you break this. And from here you break this. So now we have the problem now. So now we are going to identify. Then you are going to write X. Then we are going to write Y. Then we are going to write X1. Then we are going to write Y1. Then put off the caps lock. So here this will going to be the top view. This will going to be the front view. P dash. And this will going to be the side view. Then we need to change the layers now. So first we will go to this and we will try to change the layers now. First we will go to move space correctly. We will go to place it. So you take Y1 and place it here. Then go to P double dash and place it here. P dash, you place it nearer. P. Then go to Y and then X1. Then X. Then HP. Then VP. Then LPP. Once you do that, now we're going to change the layers now. Select this and you select this. So go to CH, go to layer, select XY. So then escape. Then you take HP, that is the top view. So the top view will going to be on this. Go to CH, go to layer, make this as top view. Then escape. Again, go to select these two, front view, CH, go to layer, make this as the front view. Then escape, select this and you select these two, go to CH, go to layer, make this as side view. So you're going to get this. Now once you get this, now we need to write the dimensioning. So to do that, first we'll go for the dimensioning variable settings. So go to modify, then go to primary units. So it should be linear dimension should be 0 because I don't want to accuracy of that much, 0.00. So go to text, take the text height as 3, then align with the dimension line. So you have, see here, you have this 1. So if you click on this, so it will go to align with this dimension line, inclined line. Then text placement, it is vertical centered. So it is centered. If I look, it will take above. Then dimension line. So this is the distance. The text height will going to be increased. I mean, the gap between the text and this dimension line will be increased. So I'm going to take it as 2. And then go to symbols and arrows. Now you can see that this gap is increased. Then go to arrow size. So take the arrow size default as the text size. So then you come down to lines. So you're going to get the arrow now. Then here offset from the dimension line. So that is from here, this line to this extension dimension, there will be a gap. We need to give that. So I'm going to give you 2 and say, I will say yes. Then say close. Now we will go for dimensioning. Dimensioning, I will going to take center of this and then intersection of this. So dim, you take center of this to center of this, you want to get 30. Then center of this to center of this, you get 20. Then angular dimension between these two, you'll get 45 degree. Then escape, come out of this, then go to leader, then nearest, select this, you project this top view, switch off the ortho mode, take this annotation option none, then go to leader, nearest, select this line and then annotation option none, then go to leader, take nearest, from here annotation option none, then go to leader, center of this, switch off the ortho mode and you take this and switch on the ortho mode. So since we are annotation option none, since we are doing it in third quadrant, the text, so what is the view we're going to write? So the view will be left side view. So you take LSV and then you select this line, select this text, go to change, go to layer and make this as side view. Then you go to explode this line and this. Then go to erase this line, erase this line and this line. So this is how you will be able to solve this problem in the third quadrant. So I will going to move this entire thing here and I place it nearer to this problem. And of course, these are all just aesthetic appearance of the drawing. So now I need to write the name the side view. I have written the side view, but I need, since it is on VP, so I need to write the text. So point capital P. So point capital P lies in third as well as fourth quadrant. But in third quadrant, the side view is LSV. In fourth quadrant, side view is RSV. So if you write this, this is the final answer what the examiner wants from you. So this is how you will be able to solve this problem. Thank you.